Welcome to Rise and Unwind, a show where we focus on lifestyle, wellness, and feel-good stories to start your day. My name is Kayla, and here's what we have coming up next.
And should we dig a little deeper? You don't want to distrust everybody, but at the same time, there's a lot of con people out there these days, so you want to delve a little deeper before you give the stamp of approval to anybody.
It's got the witty moments, it's got the humor, it's got the comedy, but then it can be very dark.
Say your question again. I'm sorry. I didn't want my cat to bother you.
Oh no, I'm down with cats. We got cats in our studio, so cat life is the best life that we have.
All that and more on Rise and Unwind.
What happens when the line between justice and danger starts to blur? That's the pulse of Blue Lights, the BAFTA-winning police drama set in Belfast that's been called Belfast's answer to The Wire. Now heading into its third season on BritBox, the story follows officers Grace, Annie, and Tommy as they face new threats in a world where crime and corruption are evolving faster than ever. So joining us today are two of its stars, Sian, Brooke, and Katherine Devlin, who share what's ahead for their characters and why this season hits even harder. Welcome to the show, you two. How are you?
We're good. Grand. How are you?
I'm doing good. Okay, Blue Lights has really struck a chord with audiences for its authenticity. What do you think it makes the show feel so real compared to other crime dramas?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great word for it. It's the authenticity of it in many different forms, and I think personally, it's very much the fearlessness that it has to show the many different sides of the PSNI, but also Belfast too.
And the season takes us deeper into the world of the organized crime behind Belfast's middle-class front. How does that shift raise stakes for your characters?
Yeah, I think it really does, because sort of you get to the nub of the criminal story, and these individuals that are just trying to do their job, these police officers who are on the receiving end of, the actions that these gangs take, they're sort of, I think the risk gets greater and greater. I know in terms of Grace, her past life as a social worker and this present job, they come face to face, and she tries to sort of rescue this young girl in this series, but by trying to rescue her, she sort of pulls on a thread that takes her deeper into the belly of this criminal story, and yeah, it's there's a lot of high stakes drama happening.
And Grace and Annie have both evolved a lot since season 1. What is the most exciting or challenging about exploring where they are now?
I mean, as an actor, it's always really lovely to be challenged, especially emotionally, and she's very much challenged this season. And also you begin to see a real resilience within Annie that you kind of saw a wee bit of it before, but it's very much at the front, and yeah, she's tackling many different things, but particularly her personal life with her mum, and her mum's health begins to be severely affected, and she goes on this journey where it's so alien to her as well, and it's so new, and she doesn't have anyone to fall back on, and she's very much just riding the storm, and you begin to see a character who is struggling.
Hey, I want to thank you too for joining me today. You could catch the new season of Blue Lights streaming now on BritBox, with new episodes dropping weekly through December 18th. If you haven't watched this from the start, seasons 1 and 2 are available now. It's kind of perfect for your next weekend binge. I want to thank you too for joining me today.
Thank you.
Ever wonder what happens when a football star gets a second shot at his dreams? Well, under a fake name. Hulu's new comedy, Chad Powers, follows Glenn Powell as a disgraced quarterback who reinvents himself in the most unexpected ways. So joining us is Wynn Everett. She plays Trisha, a Southern socialite and booster caught up in the wild world of small-town football. Welcome to the show, Wynn. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. The show has such a fun premise. There's a quarterback pretending to be someone else just to get back on the field. What first hooked you about Chad Powers when you read the script?
Well, Chad Powers came to me as one of the greatest gifts of my lifetime, because I had moved back home to Atlanta, to the South. I was raised in Atlanta, And I had done New York for 9 years and Los Angeles. My husband and I decided we want to move back to the South, to Atlanta. And then I've been working here. And then all of a sudden, one day in my email box, I get a script called Chad Powers that was going to be shot here in my hometown in Atlanta with a Southern crew and a Southern creator that wrote this, Michael Waldron. He's also from Atlanta, and Glenn Powell. Together, they created the show. And I was hooked from page one. I was laughing out loud. They created characters that had depth and heart and humor and wit, and sometimes said the most outrageous things and then sometimes said the most tender things. And I fell in love.
And your character, Trisha, brings a lot of Southern charm and maybe a little mischief. How would you describe her personally and the role that she plays in pretty much all this?
So Trisha is the head booster for the South Georgia Catfish. She is in charge of really getting the money for our program, our college football program. And she is very invested. And that's where we come with, in the beginning, in episode 1, we don't have a quarterback. And Trisha wants that quarterback. She wants that position filled ASAP so we can get this program going and get a winning season. And in walks Chad Powers in an open tryout audition. As you can tell, I'm a theater kid.
No worries about that. Speaking of, how did you find inspiration for the role? Anybody that you watch, go to the DMV, go to PTA meetings? What got you there to turn into this character?
Well, when I read it, I actually called a dear friend of mine who works with the boosters at the University of Georgia. And so he kind of walked me through what a booster meeting looks like and how these ladies act and work with the people that are donating to the team and to the school. And he really, really helped inform me sort of the world of boosters, which is it's an insane culture in and of itself. And so I was really able to draw from that. And then, for Trisha, she's just every Southern woman that I was raised by. My mother is a bit of a Trisha. I have Trisha in my neighborhood right now that mothers me, just people that are in charge and can sometimes be bossy. I don't want to say that too loud because then my mother will call me. And they're just loving, but they also will tell you what to do, and they've got some opinions.
I could almost guarantee your mom's not watching this show.
I'm safe. I can say everything.
Good. Yeah, no, all spoilers allowed here. It kind of takes a shot at sports culture, but also redemption and identity. What kind of conversations were happening on set about those deeper themes and behind some of the laughs you guys got?
Well, and that's what I think is people that watch this show, it is not what you expect. It's taken from a 10-minute sketch of Eli Manning's, and Glenn Powell and Michael Waldron created this entire world, but it is just not what you expect. It's got the witty moments, it's got the humor, it's got the comedy, but then it can be very dark. The characters say things that are super inappropriate and very vulnerable at times and make you very uncomfortable. And then it's got a lot of tenderness that people are not expecting. So we just want so much for people. If you think you know what it is and you don't want to watch it, we want you to tune in, and we hope to change your mind and that you fall in love with this world.
And you've had such a wide-ranging career, from Agent Carter to Doom Patrol and now Chad Powers. How does this project stand out for you compared to some of your other past roles?
This just stands out for me because it's my heart. It's where I was born and raised in the South in Georgia. It's got the characters that I grew up with. It's got a voice and an energy about it that I know. I know the energy of the South and the University of Georgia my parents went to, where we filmed our finale at the University of Georgia in the actual stadium with 93,000 fans all there. It's all real. It's all live. It's crazy what they did as a production in that scene in the finale. And so this is just a super special project to me. It's basically like coming home.
Wynn, I want to thank you for joining me today. You can catch Chad Powers. It's now streaming on Hulu with new episodes every Tuesday. Whenever. Thanks for joining me today, my friend.
Thank you. Love you guys, and we appreciate you. Thank you so much for plugging the show.
When you think of Las Vegas, you might picture bright lights and big productions, but this one comes with a message of love, unity, and rhythm. Bob Marley, Hope Road, is a powerful live experience at Mandalay Bay that celebrates the life, music, and spirits of legendary Bob Marley. So joining us this morning is his daughter, Cedella Marley, an artist, author, and CEO of Bob Marley Group of Companies, to talk about how her father's legacy lives on through his show. Welcome, Cedella. How are you, my friend?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm actually really excited about the show. I'm a big fan of your dad. What first inspired the creation of Bob Marley Hope Road?
Well, the show is inspired by Daddy's life, music, and the message of one love. We wanted to create an immersive experience that connects the audience to his legacy in a way that is entertaining, but meaningful. So yeah, that was the inspiration.
And seeing come to life in Las Vegas, what does that mean for you and the Marley family?
It means everything to us, seeing Daddy's message of love and unity come alive in a city like Las Vegas, Sin City. you know, it's it's something that I feel he would have been proud that we have done this. When you can have people come together to feel joy and connection to each other, is a special thing. And Hope Road is that experience that lifts your spirit and it reminds you what we all share. And we all share, one love and unity. There's a lot of division in the world today. And I think that his message is relevant, even more so today than yesterday. And you get a little bit of that when you come to One Love, to Hope Road, not One Love.
And there have been many tributes to Bob over the years. How do you feel Hope Road stands apart from some of the other shows that have been happening?
I mean, it's a first of its kind production. It combines live performance, storytelling, multi-sensory elements to immerse audience into Daddy's world. It's not just a concert, it's an interactive journey with his music and his message and the cultural impact he had on the world. It's something that, my kids have a new saying, Mom, that is it. Hope Road is it.
And his music continues to connect with new generations around the world, like you said, your kids. Why do you think his message still resonates so strongly today?
Because his music carries the universal theme of love, unity, and hope. People from all backgrounds connect with the authenticity, you know what I mean? And the positivity in his songs. And I think that's why it's timeless. Yeah.
And for someone who's never seen reggae performed live or maybe isn't really familiar with his music, why do you think Hope Road is a perfect introduction?
I mean, even if somebody has never heard reggae, the good thing is that the show is immersive. It's high energy. It's emotionally powerful too. Some of the stuff that you're gonna see there, it can make you cry. Even if you don't know the music. It's a celebration of life, of love and culture that I feel like that can connect us, and we should just enjoy it.
So what do you hope people take away from the experience after seeing the show?
Yeah, I hope they leave inspired, uplifted, and connected to the spirit of One Love. Beyond entertainment, we want audience to feel the emotional and spiritual impact of Daddy's music and his message.
So how have audiences been reacting so far?
Good. I mean, everybody come out to their hype. It's a real dance hall. You learn all kind of different Jamaican dances. It's just something like I can't even explain it. It's like you have to go there to see it and feel it. This is the first immersive experience I've ever been to that you come out feeling something. And I'm not just saying that because it's my dad. I'm saying that because it's true. Daddy always said his music was for the people, and this show carries that same heart. You can feel that energy in every single room. And I just want to big up, the entire crew, who has to do this night after night after night. But it's enjoyable.
And what about the next generation of the Marley family? How are they doing, helping build that legacy and keeping it going forward in this production?
Oh, they're working. They're my two DJs, Shasa Payne and Zuri. They bring the energy to the room. After you go in and you pass all the pictures and stuff, once you enter the dance hall, you're gonna see those two girls lighting it up. And I mean, in a good way. So it's amazing. It's amazing. And they had to audition for the job too. They didn't just get it because, they had to work for it. So I'm happy that they got the job and they're doing amazing. And you have to come see them.
Stadella, I want to thank you for joining me today. You can experience Bob Marley's Hope Road live at Mandalay Bay Resorts and Casino in Las Vegas. For showtimes, tickets, or more, visit hoperoad.com. That's hoperoad.com. Stadella, thanks for joining me today.
Yeah.
The Housemaid is one of those thrillers where everything looks perfect on the surface, but then it just like slowly unravels. It's based on the best-selling novel that stars Sydney Sweeney and Amanda Seyfried in a story filled with secrets, power, and unexpected twists. Behind the camera is director Paul Feig, bringing his signature style to a dark, psychological ride that keeps audiences guessing. Paul, it's great to have you here with us. How are you, my friend?
Dan, I'm great. On a Monday morning, I've never been better.
All right, so this story pulls people in fast and keeps kind of like flipping expectations. What was it about the Housemaid that made you want to tell this story on the screen?
Well, I mean, the book is so good. You know, the source material is there. And I'm always looking for, especially in the thriller genre, ones that have just big twists and turns that you don't see coming. And then once you get one twist, you get another twist, and then you get another twist. And, you know, Frida McFadden's book is just so good. There's a reason it's been on the bestseller list for 2 years now. And so it just seemed like it was just too delicious to not bring to the big screen.
And you've kind of described this movie as almost a Nancy Meyers movie gone wrong.
Yes.
How did that idea shape the look and the tone of this film?
Well, I mean, exactly what it sounds like. You know, I wanted Millie, you know, the character of Millie, which is played by Sydney Sweeney, to come into this world that just on the outside looks like the perfect situation. The house is all cream colored and beautiful, and everything is perfectly ordered. And it just like, it feels like for a girl who was living in her car just, you know, at the time, to come into this situation would be fantastic. Because it's a real, you know, the whole book is really a statement about like, are we making judgments on just facades, you know, and should we dig a little deeper? You don't want to just trust everybody, but at the same time, there's a lot of con people out there these days. So you want to, you know, you want to delve a little deeper before you give the stamp of approval to anybody.
And the power dynamics in the story are just constantly shifting. How did you approach keeping the audience guessing on, I guess, who to trust?
Yeah, well, I mean, we had to kind of really hide things. So, you know, because there's such big turns, and we kind of make you root for things that later on you'll find out you probably shouldn't be rooting for. And it was just really getting my cast, who are so amazing, to just play very real into these things so that you don't see what lies beneath any of them, because everyone's got a really big secret.
And Sydney Sweeney, Amanda Seyfried, they both play characters with a lot of going on beneath the surface. What stood out to you about the performances as pretty much everything starts to unravel?
Well, I mean, just the pivot that they made. You know, Sydney had to kind of play very, you know, kind of naive and innocent until you kind of find out her backstory. And then with Amanda, it was just, we just had a blast kind of letting her just be sort of all over the place, because, you know, Nina, that character that she plays, is very unpredictable, and it keeps Millie off her game. So that was really fun. And then Brandon Sklenar playing the perfect husband. You know, he just is wonderful, and you know him from other movies where he plays this guy. But then, you know, to get to play with that was fun too. But no spoilers.
Oh, of course. This movie feels like it's kind of designed to be a social watch, like either with an audience or with a group of friends. Why do you think that's important for the story?
Oh, well, first of all, movies, we need people back in movie theaters. You know, it's fun to watch a movie by yourself on streaming, but there's nothing like that group experience. And what we've been finding with this movie is people are going in there with groups. And I mean, I've sat in the million audiences now with this movie, and people they're cheering and they're screaming and they're talking back to the screen, and they're just having a great time. It's very interactive. And I think with a movie like this, with all these twists and turns, you know, because I'm a comedy guy, you know, I've done Bridesmaids and all these things. Everything I do is engineered to get a vocal response out of an audience. So if you're there with your friends, you're just going to have a great time just looking at each other and saying, oh my gosh, and, you know, and talking to the screen and just, you know, going nuts.
Paul Feig, I'm a super fan, and you are a hero to me. The Housemaid is now playing in theaters nationwide. If you're in the mood for a smart, twisty thriller that keeps the surprises coming, this one is worth seeing on the big screen. Paul, I want to thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you so much. And everybody, please go. You're going to have a great time.
Ever wonder what would happen if the whole world suddenly got too happy and you were the one person who couldn't go along with it? Apple TV has a brand new series called Pluribus, where a mysterious event connects pretty much everyone, and somehow that perfect world feels like a nightmare. Ray Seahorn stars as Carol, the most miserable person on Earth, who might be the only person who can stop it. Ray Seahorn is here with us today. Welcome to the show, Ray. How are you?
Thank you. I'm well. Thanks.
All right. So for people that are just hearing about Pluribus, what is the simplest way to describe Carol and the moment that her world kind of flips upside down?
Simple? I'm not sure I can pull that one off. Okay. So Carol was kind of is, but was a successful romance novelist, but very much a misanthrope, fault finder, can't enjoy anything, has to say what's wrong with everything, and has this world event happen that moves somewhat like a virus where everybody except 13 people are immune, and she's one of the immune people to this thing that makes everybody habitually peaceful and content and happy, and they all have one brain. You're still in your own mortal body, but you share one hive mind. Carol thinks this is a horrible thing, and even among the other immune people, a lot of them think, why is this so bad? And that's sort of an integral question that the show explores from a lot of different angles of how do you define happiness? How do you define contentment? How do you define individuality and freedom and success? And what is worth the cost of some of those things?
And it also looks like Carol has this dream life, but she's still miserable. And I can relate. What did you latch onto emotionally when you first read who she is and who she's kind of fighting against?
I felt like wait, say your question again. I'm sorry. I didn't want my cat to bother you.
Oh, no, I'm down with cats. We got cats in our studio, so okay. Cat life is the best life that we have. It was basically saying when you read the script, what did you latch onto emotionally and when you saw that she was kind of fighting against the world, I guess?
Yeah, many things. And one of them being that I had to constantly keep in mind that there is a very personal obstacle she has weighing her down. In addition to losing the world, she lost her wife. And we wanted that grief to stay real and present and not just be something that you're just over the next day. And I kind of would start from that place some days because I thought it's hard to take in, if you're a real person that this is happening to, the larger aspects of what is going on in the world. And there's many times where she's, the Simpsons character of old man yelling at clouds. And she's just the only person screaming and no one understands why. And so I just kept reminding myself to try to be as honest as I could in those moments. And Vince writes in a way that allows those moments of honesty, which I think are always the way to bring the audience in on the journey with me.
And the show plays with this big question, is that joined happiness a utopia, or is it something darker? As an actor, how do you stay grounded in the reality of the story while everything around just kind of feels uncanny?
Just like I was just saying, I just look for what is the real person in the middle of this? What is the real reaction? So yeah, most of us have not had a situation where we felt like the entire world was invaded by some kind of alien virus that was making them happy. But we have all been in rooms, most of us, I think, where you feel like you're the only person shouting that the barn's on fire. Mm-hmm. And you look crazy shouting it. And everyone's like, wow, you should really settle down. And it just is making you crazier and crazier. So I was just constantly look for what are the things that are most like this, as if that you can just start the build from there and then raise the stakes.
And you and Vince Gilligan have such a strong creative history. I could tell that there's a big difference in the tone of Pluribus compared to what people might expect from him. But how did he open this up and let you explore in what you did with Carol?
For some people, this is Vince going back to his roots because he started on X-Files. So they were prepared to have him do sci-fi. He actually told me almost nothing. He just said it has nothing to do with the Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul world. It has a sci-fi element, and I just want to send you the script and see what you think. And I went on the same wild ride that you guys did watching the pilot. I was just like, this is nuts, and this is going to be so much fun.
Ray, I want to thank you for hanging out with me this morning. Pluribus is streaming now on Apple TV. If you like smart sci-fi with suspense, dark humor, and a big, wait, what would I do question or two, this one's going to stick with you. So check it out on Apple TV. Ray, I want to thank you for hanging out with me.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
A lot of people set big health goals at the start of the year, and then they feel frustrated when they don't last. The key might not be doing more, but doing things differently. Registered dietitian and nutrition expert Mia Sin is joining us with realistic tips for building healthy habits that actually stick. Welcome, Mia. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks for having me.
What is the biggest mistake people make when they try to reset their health in January?
A big mistake I see people make is they try to change everything. I'm guilty of this as well. Research shows that it's really those small sustainable changes that actually stick. And this idea also applies to women's health, especially during perimenopause and menopause. Instead of chasing quick fixes, look for options that are backed by science. And I recommend Bonafide. They have led the menopause space with their hormone-free and prescription-free options that are grounded in research. Their product Reverie provides powerful relief from dryness and discomfort, helping to restore everyday comfort and support intimacy. You can find it on their website and in Target stores nationwide.
And for someone who may feel overwhelmed, what's one simple habit that they can start with?
Yes, so my tip is to simply start the day with breakfast. It doesn't have to be perfect, you just need fuel. This small step can help support all day energy, focus, and mood. And I encourage people to anchor wellness to something they already do, such as drinking coffee in the morning. So pairing your coffee with Belvita breakfast biscuits makes it super easy. These biscuits are designed to provide that steady, sustained energy so you're not crashing mid-morning. They fit naturally into that everyday ritual. And Belvita is tapping into coffee culture right now, encouraging people to make that pairing part of your routine, because when a habit feels automatic, it becomes part of your lifestyle rather than just something on your to-do list.
And cold and flu season can make routines a little bit harder. How can people stay on track when they're not feeling their best?
Yes, this time of year, coughs feel unavoidable, especially in those packed spaces like workplaces and schools. When one hits, it doesn't just slow you down, but it can affect everyone around you. And that's why being prepared can be a smart part of a wellness routine. And I recommend Robitussin. It's a great tool to have on hand because it delivers fast, powerful cough relief when you need it most. It soothes in seconds, and cough relief lasts for hours, helping you feel better so that you can stay on track with your day.
And nutrition can be tricky to stay consistent with. How can small food swaps make healthy eating feel a little bit easier?
Yeah, staying consistent when life gets busy can be so challenging, and that's why simple food swaps can really make such a big difference. I'm a huge fan of the Eggland's Best hard-cooked peeled eggs. These are a great example. They're a source of high-quality protein. They're completely grab and go, no prep, stress, or extra time. Eat them as a snack, add them to a salad or a sandwich. They really make it easy to choose something nourishing, even on your busiest days.
You know, I wasn't hungry till you showed me all those pretty clips. Where can viewers go for more information and some more tips?
For more, you can head to my website, nutritionbymia.com.
Mia, I want to thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
That's it this week for Rise and Unwind. Thanks for spending part of your day with us. For more episodes and updates, be sure to follow us on social media. That's at Rise Unwind. If you'd like to be on our show, head to our website at riseunwindtv.com and fill out the form. And if you'd like us to be on your show, surprise, it's the same form. We're organized like that. And lastly, we are on YouTube at Rise Unwind, if you maybe want to click that little bell to stay updated and check back next week. Until then, take care of yourself, and we'll see you next time on Rise and Unwind.